What's up, everybody, and welcome to the
Stupid
podcast. I'm your host, Jay Les, and welcome to episode 2. So in this episode, we are going to be talking about my most anticipated games of 2026. So without further ado, we just going to get right into the episode. All right, so I got you guys a top 5. However, I did add an honorable mention. When I'm telling you guys 2026 is about to be crazy for video games, if every game drops that's supposed to drop this year, this could probably be one of the greatest years of video games, in my opinion. This was actually a pretty difficult list for me to put together. But without further ado, we're going to start off from honorable mention and work our way up to 5 to 1. I did rank these. So number 1 is the game that I'm the most anticipating this year. All right. So first off, with honorable mention, it is going to be Wolverine by Insomniac Games. As of right now, Wolverine is set to release in the fall of this year for PS5. And the game so far looks like GTA and Spider-Man had a baby. Looks awesome. A little bit about the game is the plot is about Logan searching for answers about his dark past, delving into his origins, and a gritty original story with mature themes, taking him to locations like Madripoor, Canada, Tokyo, facing enemies, like Mystique, Omega Red, and Reavers, while exploring themes of rage, identity, and betrayal. I'm super excited for this game. I was excited when it was teased and it was talked about, and now that I'll have the gameplay somewhere on the screen, it just looks great. It just looks like it's going to be a fun game to play. The only thing that sucks for me, which there is another game on this list that I fall victim to, is that it is only coming out for console. So this game's only coming out for PS5 at first. Again, like I mentioned in episode 1, I am a PC gamer, so I will probably have to wait, but that still doesn't deter me from being excited for this game to come out. Moving into, so now we're talking about the top 5 list. So these are the games that I'll say this, the top 3 games I'm definitely buying on release. I don't really buy games on release, just kind of throwing that out there. I don't really buy games on release because I just have kind of lost faith a little bit in the integrity of the game. Like, are we getting a completed game? Is it the full game? You know, there's been a lot of companies that don't finish the game, or they withhold content and release it as DLC. A game that I personally recently feel that way about is Pokemon ZA. They literally had day 1 DLC. Just put it in the game. You're gonna charge me $70, just put it in the game. But anyway, I'm trying not to get on tangents, guys, so I apologize. Number 5 is the Gothic remake by Alchemia Interactive, I think is how you say it, and THQ Nordic. So a little synopsis is, as of right now, the Gothic remake is set to release early in 2026 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. The game is a faithful reimagining of the classic 2001 RPG, placing you as the nameless hero, a convict sent to a magical ore mines in the Valley of the Mines and penal colony ruled by warring prisoner factions, all while an orc invasion threatens the kingdom of Mirtana. You must survive, navigate political struggles between the old camp, new camp, and swamp section, mastered modernized combat, and uncover secrets within the prison to influence the world's fate with updated graphics, enhanced quests, and a living world. So the reason why I'm so interested in this game is because I have not played any of the Gothic games. I haven't played Gothic 1, 2, or 3. So when I saw this and then I saw that it was a remake, I was kind of baffled because it looks like a great game. And somehow I just straight up missed it. I just straight up missed the game entirely. Didn't even play it on like PS2, PS3, or Xbox 360, or whenever they dropped, I just never, I don't know, they just never came across my desk. I do think now in today's age, it's more easier to figure out and learn about different games than it was when I was growing up. I didn't have internet at home. Well, I did, but it was the AOL dial-up, you know what I mean? Like trying to kind of showing my age a little bit. But yeah, I didn't really have internet until I was an adult. So, which by that time it was coming towards the end of the PS3 360 era, and we were moving into the PS4 and Xbox One era. So, honestly, man, like the footage looks great. The game looks dope. And it's honestly, to me, it is like The Witcher 3 and Skyrim had a child. That's what it kind of looks and feels like to me. So I'm really excited because I love both of those games. So I can't wait to dive into it and get my hands on it. Coming in at number four is Phantom Blade Zero by S Games. As of now, Phantom Blade Zero is set to release on September 9th, 2026 on PC and PlayStation 5. Phantom Blade Zero is a kung fu punk action RPG where you play as Soul, an elite assassin framed for his master's murder, who only has 66 days to live after a fatal injury. I really rock with this game. You know, recently I've played Black Myth Wukong and Rise of the Ronin, and this game, at least to me, in my opinion, the combat is kind of similar to those games. Or at least a hybrid of both of those games. The graphics look awesome. The combat looks real tight, and I don't know, man, it's really enjoyable to watch. And so I feel like if it's enjoyable to watch, it's got to be enjoyable to play. I don't know if the story is going to be that great. I'm assuming I think it's going to be, personally, but you can't really tell by the trailers that have come out, with how well it's actually, like how well this, I mean, you're never really going to know with any game. But at least from the looks of it right now, very, very, very excited for this game. And, I can't wait for it to drop in September. Moving on to number 3. And I know a lot of people are going to be surprised that it's actually down this far on my list. Yeah, y'all are going to be upset with me.
Emotional damage.
Nothing I can do, bud. My hands are tied, all right? It's actually GTA 6 by Rockstar. So GTA 6 is set to release November 19th, 2026 on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and it's about a crime duo, Lucia and Jason, navigating the modern satire-filled state of Leonida. I probably ruined that name. Inspired by Florida, focusing on their rise to crime, particularly in the Vice City area, and their tumultuous, wow, I can't even talk today, relationship, all set in an expanded detail open world with a strong emphasis on social media culture and realistic environments similar to Red Dead Redemption 2's ecosystem. Don't get me wrong, I love GTA just like the next guy, but I'm not a GTA diehard. I'm gonna be honest, I've played probably 4 GTA games. I played GTA 3, GTA Vice City. I technically played GTA San Andreas, though I never beat it. And I played and beat GTA 5. I like GTA. I've just never been a huge, like, I prefer Red Dead. If I had to choose which one to keep or which one to, you know, like, be disbanded for the rest of my life, I would pick Red Dead Redemption over GTA. Personal opinion, though. Yeah, I know GTA 5 had a huge cult following, still does to this day. I know this game is going to have a huge cult following. So I get it. GTA is that dude, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, for me, I find the story interesting, that it's kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing. It seems like you get to play as both of the characters at different points, or, you know, maybe you can play the whole game as Jason, or maybe you could play the whole game as Lucia, my bad. I'm probably butchering that character's name, and apologize if I am, but it's just, I don't know. To me, I feel like the realism, it feels like almost like a movie you would watch, like a newer Fast and Furious movie, or like I don't know. It just gives like a cool vibe, you know, like more dope, I guess, like more interesting, like less mobby, less like organized crime. It just seems like two young people like trying to get ahead, and like they get into some shit. I don't know, it just feels more relatable, I guess, to me. So yeah, that's GTA is definitely number 3 on my list. You know, whether, you know, you put it at 2 or 1 on yours, I respect it. Also, this is the game I was talking about earlier that does not come to PC upon release. So I don't know with GTA 6, if PC is gonna have to wait like 3 months, 6 months, a year. More will come, I suppose, as time goes on. But with that being said, it did make the top 3. Moving on to number 2 is The Blood of Dawnwalker by Rebel Wolves and Bandai Namco. Sorry if I'm ruining this, guys. Like, it's weird when you see these names on games, like you recognize them, but then when you have to actually verbally speak them out, I feel like I sound stupid. So The Blood of Dawnwalker is set to release early in 2026 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, and is an upcoming dark fantasy open world RPG set in 14th century Europe, where players can control Cohen, a half-human, half-vampire Dawnwalker, balancing his dual nature to save his family amidst a vampire uprising. The game, featuring a strong narrative, branching choices, and visceral combat, is scheduled to release in 2026. And I could not be more excited about this. The funny thing is, right, is I was interested in this game, but to me, I think what has made me even more interested in it is I have actually been playing Vampire, or as some people like to, Vampire. And I just love that game because of the choices that you kind of have to make in that game. And I feel like in this game, you're going to be put in a similar situation. I think it might be a little different, but it's going to be a similar situation. I feel like, personally, I don't know, but and then when you look at the graphics and then you see the combat, everything just looks so beautiful, so big. The combat looks so fluid and solid. Like I don't know. I just can't help but get hype about it and wonder, yo, what's Cohen's story? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. It has me ready to dive in and learn this cat story and go through the whole journey that is The Blood of the Dawnwalker. And I'm super, super hyped for it. So yeah, that doesn't have a specific month or date. A lot of these games don't have a specific month or date. And I kind of was worried because I was like, well, what if these games get pushed, you know, to potentially, you know, 2027, but right now they are scheduled for release this year. So I'm going to hope and pray that they come out this year. Now my number 1 game. This game I have been following since its tease reveal at the Game Awards in 2019. 2019. All right, this game I have followed very closely for 6 going on 7 years. It has been pushed back at least twice recently that I can remember, because it was supposed to release in November or December last year. And that game is none other than Crimson Desert. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Crimson Desert by Pearl Abyss is my #1 most anticipated game of 2026. The game is set to release on March 19th, 2026 for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Mac. Originally, it was planned as a prequel. It evolved into a standalone title, which with a rich narrative following the mercenary Cliff and the continent of Pywell, featuring a vast world, dynamic combat, and both single player and multiplayer elements. Listen, I was talking about this with my boys, my brothers. Listen, this game is a hodgepodge of a lot of different games. If I could be honest with you, this game I feel like has taken influence from a lot of the successful game franchises and literally dumped them all into one game. I feel like there's Horizon Zero Dawn influence. I feel like there's Witcher influence. I feel like there's Skyrim influence. I feel like there's WWE 2K25 influence. There's so many, I'm not joking, like there's so many games that I feel have influenced this game into what it is, because the fact that you could be swinging a sword and then kick somebody or give them the people's elbow or suplex them is wild. The fact that you could run and turn into Aladdin's magic carpet and glide around the map. The fact that you could ride a dragon. I can't tell you, other than just a fantasy, where this game falls at. I can't tell you. I can't tell you, and I am absolutely 150% here for it. I am excited for this game. I've been waiting, like I said, for 6 going on 7 years. It got pushed back twice in 2025, and I already got it pre-bought. I have already given Steam 70 of my dollars for this game. It is already waiting in my Steam library for when 3/19 hits this year, and I can go ahead and download it. I mean, they got me. Pearl Abyss got me. All right, they got me, and I don't got a lot, but they got me. So that's my those are my top 5 with an honorable mention of games I'm most anticipating for this year. Please let me know if you're watching on YouTube. Let me know down in the comments. If you're watching on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or something like that, definitely hit me up at Dual Powered on Twitter or Instagram. Let me know. Just send me a message or comment on one of my posts or something like that. Just let's have a conversation, man. I want to know what your guys' top 5s are. And thanks again for watching the
Duper
podcast. It's your boy J-Les. Peace.